This is our letter to shareholders, presentation 2 for the Strat Sim simulation. We are Best Motorworks, Firm B, Section 3, Industry 1. Our team rules, we're going to go from left to right, featured in the picture. So Allie is our CEO, Katie is our head marketing manager, Andy is our head operations and manufacturing manager, and Eric is our chief financial officer.
In the practice rounds, we had a lack of a strategy. We were just kind of playing with some of the functions within Strat Sim and trying to figure out buttons. Some key decisions we made was to launch an alternative energy vehicle, as well as doing some vehicle upgrades, and then purchasing a bunch of focus groups and consumer reports. The reasoning behind this was to look at our target market and try and find our consumers. What we learned from this is that the AEV is inconsistent with our luxury image, and it doesn't really fit into our target markets. So we're going to try and focus on that, and another key thing we got from that was inventory management. We found this out through incurring some costs due to overcapacity.
So for the present, Best Motorworks strategy is to now pursue the differentiation strategy. We're going to do this through technological innovations with a focus on our luxury target markets, and those target markets are our high-income luxury, our enterprise or luxury, and our high-income families. To pursue this strategy, we must invest in research and development as well as technological advances, and we're going to do this through vehicle upgrades. So if we look at our current strategy and then our practice strategy, in the practice rounds, our strategy was much different than what it is now. As we talked about before, we were very careless and experimental in the practice compared to now where we are much carefuler. In the practice round, we specifically pursued the alternative energy vehicle. We had invaluable investments and we were operating over capacity. Whereas now we are focusing on the luxury class segment, and that will help us gain market share. We are also more careful with assets, and we are attempting to keep our inventory low so that we can invest in future technology.
As far as pursuing our strategy through the 3 simulations rounds, we feel like that we have partially pursued our original strategy. Things that we did that were in line with our original differentiation strategy were investing in consumer reports and focus groups to get a better understanding of our consumers. We increased our advertising and marketing to those consumers based on what they said were their hot buttons. And we also upgraded our sport vehicle, the Buzzy, based on consumer specifications. However, some of the decisions we made were inconsistent with our differentiation strategy. We were hesitant to upgrade it initially because we had higher days inventory. And that day's inventory just increased over the 3 periods, so we were never able to actually invest in technology, which has resulted in a lack of differentiation for our firm and has decreased our market share within the luxury class. And we also invested in long-term bonds, which resulted in decreased stock price. As far as some of our accomplishments after the 3 simulation rounds, we've had consistently low debt. We use consumer reports and focus groups to cater our vehicles to our consumers. We invested in a development center. We're now operating with 3 as opposed to everyone else who has 2. And so when we are able to finally upgrade our vehicles, those upgrades will be superior to our competitors' upgrades. However, some mistakes we made were mostly just decisions that were inconsistent with the differentiation strategy, which were specifically being unable to invest in technology due to high days inventory.
As for our future strategy, we are aligning it around our stakeholders and with our original strategy and core values, which were to differentiate through technology and innovation. We're going to increase our dealerships in order to decrease our days inventory. As soon as our inventory gets low, we're going to upgrade our luxury vehicle to remain competitive with Firm C, hopefully overcoming them in the market. We're also going to increase our overall technology firm rating through utilizing additional development centers. We also plan on issuing dividends in the near future.
After playing 5 periods of Strat Sim, we came away with one key learning: the production level. We didn't realize the default was that the decision was the same as last period. Our goal is to have 0 units with no shortages. So we must make the best estimate of our future demand. We do this by multiplying market size by market share. We can also use many things within Strat Sim to help us predict this future demand, such as the vehicle sales by consumers, consumer customer report, and the new consumer. After fixing our production levels, our prices of our stock have gone up and our sales have risen significantly. We will continue to keep an eye on our production levels in order to continue our growth in the company.